Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Now, before we get talking about one of the worst tanks in the entire game, Huawei are doing a campaign this December. So starting the 1st of December up until the 15th of December, you can get a 30% discount off the premium battle pass. On top of that, they also have a 20% discount off the extended battle pass. So all you need to do is download Huawei app gallery, go on to click the link in the description. And when you set up your account for Huawei App Gallery, as long as you set your country to UK, Ireland, or Canada, you will be in with a chance to the opportunity to get these coupons. 30% off the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass is a must-have, in my opinion. It is you get your money's worth. It will literally be a couple of pounds, if that. With the 30% coupon, you will literally get it for a couple of quid. That is all. So it's definitely worth doing. Make sure that you download Huawei App Gallery. Again, set your country to UK, Ireland, or Canada. Then open up Blitz, purchase the Battle Pass, or as long as you claim the coupon. You've got to claim the coupon, as you can see here. Just click claim. Read the terms and conditions. Make sure you always read the terms and conditions, and then that is it. If you do need any assistance, head over to Huawei App Gallery's Discord server, where there will be someone there to help you. Back to the video. Today's video, we're going to look at what I think at the moment is one of the worst premium tanks in the game. That is the Super Persian, the T26E4. Honestly, do not ever buy this tank. It is useless. I just really hate this tank now. And it's a shame, because I used to actually really like the tank. Back when I first started Blitz, this was one of the tanks to have. You know, the armor profile was just absolutely insane. Nobody knew how to deal with it, because you would look at the armor, it would turn out grey, it wouldn't be red, and people would be confused by that, because they would shoot the grey area, not knowing that it's actually very well armored. But nowadays, years on, everybody knows how to deal with the Super Persian. It's weak. It really is a very, very weak tank. So it's got turret 107. So the turret is paper. The turret really is paper, and that's where you need to shoot on this tank. Now, the whole armor is not bad, actually. At sorry, I got the hiccups. At 187 millimeters. But again, the lower plate is very weak. The front plate, the upper plate, yes, it is strong, but everybody knows not to shoot that, and that's what makes this tank just poor now, because everybody knows that. Back in the day when nobody knew that, then it was a very, very troll tank. So the DPM 2227, the reload is 6 second, penetration 205 on your AP, 258 on your APCR. So you are going to struggle when you come up against tier 9s. You will really, really struggle. If an E75 comes in front of you, or a VK45, good luck. Good luck, because you're just going to get ripped. So you've got 225 alpha, 190 on your APCR, 270 on your HE, 3.6 aim time, which isn't the best, and the dispersion 0.344. However, it does have 10 degrees of gun depression. The top speed is 40 kilometers per hour. So now there's other premium tanks like this. I mean, if you go over to, again, tier 8 American tanks, go to heavies, there is one tank just like it, and that is the Sheriff. Now, this is the tank to have. It is a very, very good tank, the T26E5. This is everything that the E6 isn't. The Super Persian isn't. This actually has a very strong turret. The hull isn't that bad, that strong, but it's got a very, very strong turret. So if you're gonna pick between one of them, pick the Sheriff, pick the T26E5, not the E4. So we're going to go into some games, and pretty much like nothing really happens, because it's absolutely poor. But yeah, you just get absolutely ripped apart. So I think let's just fast forward it a little bit. So actually that pen that we just did on the Object 252U was quite a nice pen, to be honest. It was quite a nice pen. But for me, the tank is too slow. It is too slow. It's not got the armor profile that it used to have, and compared to all the other medium tanks out there, this really isn't a great tank. You will have to shoot APCR quite a lot. And as I've said, when you do come up against those tier 9s, even APCR is just not going to cut it. Now, normally back in the day, or normally if you go hold down, then you will bounce a lot of shots. But with this, if you go hold down, then you're actually probably going to be penetrated a lot more than you would if you're just standing out in the open. Because as I've said before, this used to be a tank where people will look at the hull, they think they can penetrate it because it's not red, and then it just bounces. Now people know not to do that, and if they do, it's just been power crept, so people will still be able to penetrate you, especially that lower plate. So it used to be a tank that you could buy in the tech tree like all the time. Even watch this, like, sorry, not that shot there, I thought that was going to bounce, but maybe this one. Maybe this one's going to bounce. Yeah, of course. The only place that it will bounce is there, and I managed to freaking bounce that. So don't expect to do a lot of damage in this tank. It's not one of those tanks there you go out and you do 4-5k damage, even 3k. It is one of those 1500 damage to 2.5k sort of, and brilliant shot there from me, well done. And I'm even going to miss out again on some damage because of that. So we only got 1400 damage, and that's a good battle. That's actually a good game. So you can't go hold down, you can't side scrape, and you can't even now go in the open because people will just destroy you. So if you, as I've said before, if you're thinking about buying the Super Persian, just think about waiting and getting the Sheriff instead, because the Sheriff is, in my opinion, much better. Now, of course, you can still get those bounces. If you're top tier up against those tier 7s, you can get those bounces. But if you're coming up against tier 9s, really don't expect any bounces. And if you go hold down, yes, it has 10 degrees of gun depression, which is nice, but if you go hold down, you are just going to get destroyed, just like this Super Persian on the enemy team. And again, I poke, I get wrecked. All them shots that's just come into me, I didn't bounce a single thing. So yeah, that's just goes to show how useless this tank is. Now, this tank is actually good for one thing, and one thing alone, and that is the credit coefficient. It literally has almost, I think it used to be the best coefficient in the game. So you can earn the most amount of credits with this tank. And when I've previously done a video years ago on the Super Persian about making credits, the top credit earners, everyone was saying that, oh, this should be at the top because you can earn the most credits. It's got the best credit coefficient. Yes, it has got the best credit coefficient, but that doesn't mean that you're going to earn more credits in this than you would any other premium tank. And that's because with this tank, you're going to shoot a lot more premium tanks. You're not going to do as much damage. You're going to get your engine, you're going to have to use the repair kits more. So you're not actually going to earn more credit. So yes, it has good credit coefficient, but you're not going to earn the best amount of credits with this tank unless you actually do well. But nowadays, who even cares about credits? Honestly, who even cares about credits? Everyone's got credits. No one needs to worry about credits unless you're obviously you're new to the game and you're grinding. But if you're new to the game and grinding and you're like a free-to-play player, this isn't going to be that tank anyway. So when this tank does come for sale, it does come pretty cheap, around the 5k mark. So that is cheap, but also the Sheriff also comes for around that price as well. And 100% the Sheriff, I would pick the Sheriff over this. Now, this is a medium tank that should really be a heavy tank, whereas the Sheriff is actually a heavy tank. Now, why does that mean? Why is that important? Now, of course, that is important because this is more of a heavy tank than a medium tank, but because you're actually classed as a medium tank, you're actually taking a medium tank spot. Because as we know with the matchmaking, you can only have so many medium tanks in a battle, and this is taking one of those spots, whereas the Sheriff goes pretty much the same speed, better in almost every single way. The hull's not as strong on the Sheriff, but the turret is, and the Sheriff actually takes a heavy spot, so you can have the more mediums. So yeah, it takes a medium spot. It's not a good tank. It really isn't an enjoyable tank to play, and other than the credits, I wouldn't understand why anyone would want to play this tank, honestly, unless it's the only premium tank that you have. There's plenty of other premium tanks that can earn you credits, and if you're looking at earning a big amount of credits, don't look at the credit coefficient and think, right, this is the tank. It's got perfect credit coefficient, the best in the game. Let's use this tank because I'm going to earn much more credits than I would in any other tank. So sadly, we are actually going to lose this game. And let's just go out. We lose the game. How many credits we actually earn. So we still earn credits. Of course, we're going to earn credits because it's a premium tank. We do almost 2k damage. We do block 1,000, and we only earn 79,000 credits. Now, 79,000 credits in a tier 8 tank doing a sort of decent amount of damage isn't the best. Now, let's just go back to let's go this battle. I'm making it for a video. 3.7k damage, and now this is a tier 10. This is a tier 10. I get first class, I know, but I still earn 102,000 credits, and this is a tech tree tank. So I just wanted to show you that, because people always say about the Super Persian being the best credit maker in the game. Honestly, it's not. It really is not. So a tank to avoid. Definitely a tank to avoid. Not the same as it used to be, and definitely not worth having in your garage. Hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I'm Meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye.